Hello, respect. So this video is about the cheese and about how, for whatever reason, some of us find ourselves going away from the cheese when really what we want is to be going towards the cheese. So, one of my favorite analogies is, now, a little bit of a sensitive topic. I hope this doesn't offend anybody, but this is really the best, this is my best analogy that I know of to date. Fat camp, okay? Say we're at fat camp and everyone has 30 days to achieve their weight goal that they would like to see themselves at, right? Okay, so day 30 comes. Some of the kids, and everyone's had equal opportunity, equal resources, by the way. Some of the kids are, successful. They're, wow, I lost such and such weight. Look at me, look at me now. Check me out. And then some of the kids are more overweight than when they started. Now, when we look back over the hidden cams, we can see that some of the kids had holes that were dug in certain locations that had stockpiles of candy bars. Some of them were hiding candy bars in their pillowcases and things of that nature, and little sweets and treats and Hostess Debbie cakes and things of that nature. Now, which group of kids do you think those kids turned out to be? You see, because when we make our goals and we say, I'm going to accomplish yada yada, I'm going to lose X amount of weight, or I'm going to obtain such and such amount of money, or I'm going to attain such and such level of spiritual enlightenment. And then our actions are contrary to our goal. When we think that we're moving towards the cheese, in all actuality, what we're really doing is we're moving away from the cheese. Make sense? Right. And it's very important that, like I mentioned earlier, it's very important to note that in my in the story, in that analogy, all the kids had the same type of resources. And it's very reminiscent of how many a time we'll all have all the resources. Maybe not at the same time, but at a certain time and point, maybe everything that we've worked for has just culminated into this ripe opportunity, this ripe window of opportunity where we're ready to succeed, and all that's necessary, that's left, is for us to put in this effort and just execute. And for whatever reason, at that moment, some of us become like that little kid, and just the little kid with the candy bar, and just they start stockpiling or doing some other kind of nonsense, and it just screws us over. And that's like classic going away from the cheese. We don't want to go away from the cheese. We want to go towards the cheese. And if our actions aren't lining up with our goal, then we can say, I want this, I want this, I want it, I want to do this, and I can see myself with such and such, and yada yada. But if we're not lining up our actions with the end result that we're seeking, then what are we doing? We're going away from the cheese, not towards the cheese. and I want to go towards the cheese. So it's also really important that with our friends and our loved ones, whom we love so much and so dearly, and that we would do anything for, that we're very conscious of not only their goals, which they're sharing with us and they're confiding in us, but also recognizing, is the action there with the intent? Is the action there? Are they really willing to put forth the effort? Are they doing actions that are contrary to their end result and just saying, well, I want such and such, and praying, hey, I want such and such. But at the same time, there's these little actions that are actually doing them in. And they think they're going towards the cheese and that the cheese is moving away from them, but it's really them who's going away from the cheese. You get my drift? I know you get it. And it's really important that we pay attention to that, because a lot of time we'll invest a lot of energy and a lot of attention to these type of ventures, and some people just continuously go away from the cheese and you just don't get it. You're like, I don't get it. You have all the resources, you have everything there in order to succeed, and you're just not doing it. What is going on? And it's because of that. That's why. It's because they're going away from the cheese. They're running away from their success, whether it be consciously or subconsciously, or, even sometimes people are actually afraid of success. They might be afraid of the cheese. They might have never had that flavor before, and they're just not ready. They might not be ready for a richer and more aged kind of cheese. They might just not be ready for it. And so they may go the opposite direction. They may sabotage themselves subconsciously just so that they cannot reach that kind of success. And this happens every day. So look out for it, and look out for it in your own life too. We definitely want to be cognizant of everything that we're doing and cognizant of our subconscious. So I just wanted to share that with you. And from here forth, let's go towards the cheese. We're going towards it, right? Okay, well, respect. It's only logical. It's only logical that we go towards the cheese.